Let's get some more people in here. I should be getting interviewed right now. But I'm going to do this myself because I feel it necessary. Did Twitter have a live, y'all? Y'all know if Twitter got live? Anybody know? Yo, thank you, Lincoln. I appreciate that. That shit was dope. I appreciate that. You're the best, too, for saying that. I'm trying to find out if Twitter has a live feed, but I guess it don't. I'm going to try something new. See if I can go live on Twitter for once. But I'm going to do it on Instagram. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. So, yo, if y'all got my Instagram, I'm at BOOGOTTI That's BOOGOTTI NYC. Proper spelling of the name. Yeah, so we got IG Live up right now. Put that right there. Gonna see if we can get Facebook Live on this one now. All right, so we up everywhere right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. What's up, man? I'm starting, not gonna be nothing, please. I'm not doing shit. This is very important to me. I feel it very necessary to explain to you guys who I am and my affiliation, what my name means and everything. As you may know, I haven't been live for a little while now. It's been a number of weeks. I've been doing a lot of things, working and everything, but I'm back. And at the same time I'm back, I wanted to explain a couple of things because I just probably to you guys, I just came out of nowhere. And of course, that's not true with anything because with everything, there's origination. So without any holdups or any ado, I'm going to explain my name. Why do I feel that it's important for me to explain something like that? Well, I'll explain. The reason I like to explain my name is because it's what you stand for. It's what people see you as. It's what you're perceived as. So Bugatti, my name, Bugatti NYC, BOOGOTTI NYC, means Boo, which is what my mom used to call me for short. My mother used to call me Booby. Of course, I can't be called fucking Booby as a grown fucking man, so I just took part of it. And how do you make that more harder, more gangster? Get a hard name to put behind it. Gotti. Cool. Thereby coming up with Bugatti. The dope thing about it is it also represents $1 million car, $3 million car. It also represents prestige, prestigiousness. It also represents um, style, class, maneuverability, great value, as far as the car is concerned, in that aspect. Um, like I said, yeah, my mom used to call me Booby. I changed my name. I took the boo off and just flipped it with the Gotti on the back. It's real simple. Another major part of my name has to do with Maserati Fox, who is the general of the Dumouts. You guys may know him from being a part of G Unit, 50 Cent's clique, the general of the Dumout clique, OG Rich De Niro. Um, there was a couple of different people that was down with the Dumouts. All you Spits, damn, a lot of people. Tone Mac. I just can keep on going on. And I apologize for not remembering all the names and all the RIPs. Also, Maserati Fox. I gotta say his name like that because there has been a few other Mazzies since Maserati Fox passed. So I don't want to get the name confused and have you guys thinking I'm talking about the other Mazzi that just passed in the South. And I want to share RIP with him and his fans and family too. I used to manage Maserati Fox. Quick story, a friend of mine named Phil Gates that I met when I was doing some business on a movie set called Blame It on the Hustle is a friend of Maserati Fox. And I had been doing business with Phil for a number of years. Marketing management, product placement, and bringing in budgets and things of that nature for different projects. So he reached out to me one day and said, "Yo, I got this dude named Maserati Fox that I think would be cool that you can work with me on and try to help him out." So I'm wondering where he is. Next thing you know, Maserati Fox is in prison. I get on the phone with him, through Phil and his girl, through three-way. And, I find out who the guy is. I never knew who he was because of the simple fact that when he basically sprouted and got hot musically, I was actually in Dallas. And then after that, I was in Arizona for a little while doing other business. And I really didn't pay attention to the hip hop scene in New York City because I was, like I said, doing business. So those years were the years where he sprouted and got hot and he was running with G Unit. So, of course, when I came back to New York, I had no knowledge of him, nothing that he had done, or any of his relationships or anything like that. I actually met him over the phone. I just thought he was a cool dude. I heard a couple of things from other people, from a certain amount of people, about a couple of misdealings and things that he may have done. And I also want to send an RIP to him and his family and let you guys know that this is just an explanation upon who I am and how I came upon, my name, what I do, and my representation of now what we still call Dumout. Maserati Fox was a great influence, in certain areas. I respected him because he had a lot of charisma, a lot of drive, a lot of tenacity. He was the type of person that knew what he wanted and went for it. Don't get me wrong, I was a little intimidated by the way that he lived his life because of the fact that it was sketchy and you never know what's going to happen with Maserati, especially with the things that he was known for in the streets. And the fact that, many people were fearful of him and the things that he actually did. So, in saying that, it was really sketchy in times, excuse me. It was really sketchy in times when you hung up with him. You didn't know if you were going to get into anything or if there were going to be any situations with the law or if there was going to be any beef because of the inherited beefs that he actually had, you know? Um, but, I'm not even going to bullshit you. When he was in prison, I had a lot of respect for Maserati Fox because he was on the phone with me and a guy would be on the phone for 3.5 hours. Who the hell can get on the phone for this long? I don't know. Not only that, but he did business like a gentleman from prison. So I just want to say, first of all, respect to anybody that have any problems with him, anything like that. I totally understand. I totally understand the beef that somebody might have with you, and the fact that you might hold that because it's real. Life is real, and I have beefs and things like that with people myself. But it just so happens that people that have beefs with people that don't have beef with you, and they just happen to treat you good. So even when I found out about these things, and he came out, and he came out to me and expressed what was going on, I had a little bit of concerns, but at the same time, I knew that when I hung out with him, that I was going to be under the radar, and there was a possibility that something could happen to us. But as far as the G Unit affiliation and the music and all of that, that had kind of slowed up by the time that he had came home. He had actually came home on a technicality where he had beat the case kind of and got like 8 months for the charge that he had just received. He had just doing that he had just received. I think he did 8 years almost though, and then he came home and he was home for a very short amount of time. And I had a little bit of a chance to speak to him for a little bit, and then boom, maybe 2 weeks he got hit. I was talking to him at maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon one day, and that same day I looked on the news, or my friend called me and said, "Hey, you heard about Maserati Fox?" I'm like, "What you mean?" I was just on the phone with him. I'm a manager, and she's like, "Yeah, I heard he just got killed." And the next thing you know, I called his phone. I'm calling his phone, and he had just gotten killed. And you guys know the rest. Who did it and everything else that transpired from that. I myself, again, don't have like a lot of background with Maserati Fox. I didn't know about his beefs and things like that. All I knew was the brother that I met over the phone that I was talking to for damn near a year and a half for 3 hours on the phone about business and building and doing things when he came home. And he was always honorable to me. And again, I do apologize for any things that anybody ever caught over the beefs. But at the end of the day, it really messed me up because I felt that Maserati Fox was a friend of mine. So when he passed, I took it hard. Luckily, my mom was here. She was still alive. And I had a couple of friends that I was still close to that I went to. And, I was able to express myself and get over it with. I thought that we were going to do a lot of great things together. The day, the day before he got murdered, I had took him and got him a clothing deal. He was so charismatic at the meeting that the guy was like, "Yo, I'm about to shut down this other company I got." and I'm gonna do Dumout t-shirts. I'm gonna do y'all stuff. And I was just ready to go at that time, just so happy and excited. I was gonna get a small piece of the percentage, but I really was just so excited about that happening. But you know, even when you have the fire and the tenacity and the energy, if you've done so much things in your life that people can't let go of, you know, or give you a pass for, or forgive you forgiveness for, you know, you may encounter times where they may want to strike back. So they struck back. He was killed. Um, of course, every deal that we were setting up or putting together was, you know, shut down. And then the things happened with the funeral, and then it was just over. You know, it was picked up by the Daily News, and everything just faded out. I was not rapping at that time at all. I was not Bugatti. I was not rapping. I was just myself, and I was managing Fox. I got in a real depressive state, and something just made me want to write. So I just started writing. I wrote an entire movie. I wrote the movie about what happened in order to release the pain and get it out in some sort of way. It's a fantastic movie, and it's a fantastic write and a good read. And soon we will have that movie out because I promised him a lot of things when he was alive. I'm the type of person that is like that. I will continue your legacy and try to accomplish the things that you wanted to do if I really felt that you were a good person and you were a good friend of mine. And the way that he was taken away was just so bad. I wish that they could have just came together and apologized and got over it together so that things would have been better. And I honestly do wish that the situation that got him there would have never happened. But who am I to, determine what happens from that action? Because every action requires a reaction. I also want to say that you have to be really careful when you intimidate someone to the point where they feel like they have no other choice but to come at you with energy or a strange or a negative um, um, reaction. If you're the type of person that's always putting out things as far as like pain and hurting people and scaring and intimidation, people are going to feel like that's the only way to come at you. Even if in your heart you're not feeling that way at that particular time, they're going to want to deal with you that way. So what I did was, his name was Maserati Fox. That was on the logo with the flag that you guys see. There were a couple of other things. I just took his name off and put Bugatti, and then it's the BG in the same place that the MF was. And then I just started making music and really pushing and expressing myself through getting it out that way. Also, the Dumouts embraced me because they saw who I was and they understood that I was really managing him, and that I am a major part in the situation that he was dealing with. So Rich De Niro, all the DJs, DJ B-Lo, what I'm saying, DJ Craze, Hood Rich, all my family down in ATL, welcome me with open arms. I'm not here to inherit any beefs at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no pussy ass nigga either, but I think we need to get over that because enough people died because of what happened and because of the past. I am going to continue my name. I'm going to continue being a dumb out because they embrace me and that's my family, and because that's what I'm comfortable doing. I recently ran into a couple of situations with a few people that had drama with Maserati Fox in the past. The things that they expressed to me were very serious. I want to say that. Number two, I want to say that I didn't neglect what I heard. I didn't take it with a grain of salt, and I respect those people, and I really love them. You know, and I hate that they had to be a part of the negativity. You know, why did it have to be somebody I know that had to have a situation in the past with my dude? But how do you separate a friendship from certain beefs that somebody may have? It's hard. And it's hard when you have friends and relatives on both sides of the factor in that particular case. So it's pretty rough. But I do want to say to y'all, if y'all ever watching it, y'all see this, I understand when you have a beef with somebody and you may know somebody that's affiliated. You know, I don't have any personal beefs with you guys or anything like that. I just wish that I can continue doing what I want to do and make it comfortable for me and the people that I deal with. You know, with death, there should be forgiveness or at least just, you know, release. You know, I'm not gonna say forget because I even made the song about forgiveness and it says forgive, not forget. But you gotta let it go so that you're not carrying around that stress. So the definition of Bugatti is that I'm gonna keep my legacy going for my mother, people that actually died for the cause, and I'm gonna continue repping with the Dumouts because that's my family and they embrace me and they show me love. I don't get love from New York City at all. No fans, anyone at all, besides the people that are here now and that show some love. And I do appreciate it. And one fan is fantastic to me. I appreciate it. I don't need thousands of fans. I'm good with one. I don't need to have 500 people in the room with me to know that I'm talented and to know that I'm a gift from God. Not conceited, but I know my worth and my value. So with that being said, that's the definition of Bugatti NYC and why I'm a dumb. I have new things coming up and more things that I will be bringing up and talking to you guys about that I have that I feel like I would like to get off my chest and to get clear. But today, I wanted to make sure that this point was expressed. And I thank you for your time, and I'm glad that you guys came here because you could have went anywhere. You chose to came here, come here, and the fact that you did shows a lot, and I appreciate you, and I want to thank you. Shout out to Nick_official, Sexy Irish, New York City underscore hairstylist, Renaissance 6427, Talia, Jennifer Rosario, D Dollars, my homie. D Dollars, my homie from up top. Coming, baby, it ain't over. Peace. Like I always tell y'all, get him! Cheer. I don't know why I won't cut off. I'm trying to get up out of here so I can leave y'all alone.